Are you going, no, actually 3 choices. You're going to work, you're going to go to the military, or you can go to school. Which one are you going to do? You had 3 choices. And if you're going to school, you better know what you're going to go for. And you better go for something that's going to give you some money and make you some money. So just be like, I know I'm different. And I'm going to get it different. Just like you got it your way, I'm going to get it my way. But I'm found. It's some friendships that I lost in my 20s. I don't really care to gain back in my 30s. Let that stuff go. Okay? It's not out on the boat by yourself, just riding the waves, pretty much. What's up, my loves? Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Candace, and I'm back with another one. If you guys are new, welcome. If you guys are returning subscribers, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why starting over in your 30s is not that bad. I know a lot of times we feel like when we turn 30 or we're about to turn 30, we feel like we're supposed to have everything figured out. We're supposed to have all the things on our list scratched off, and it's not scratched off. Here we are at 29 and nothing is looking up for us. Like, here's my job is changing, my finances is changing, my friendships, my relationships, everything is changing. My mind is actually changing. Like, the things that I once liked, I do not like anymore. It's just like a whole bunch of change going on, and I'm really scared to enter my 30s because, one, I feel like I'm getting old. I'm not in my 20s anymore, and I feel like nothing is going the way I want it to go. So if you guys feel that way, especially with social media make you feel like you have nothing figured out, nothing done how it needs to be done. Like, you just feel like you're so behind in life, and here I am 30. Like, nothing is right. You know, every milestone in our life where we change, you know, our age, 21, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, whatever the case may be, each milestone in our life, there's going to come about a change. It don't matter pretty much what age you are, to be honest. It doesn't have to be those particular milestones, but in life we're going to go through some changes whether we want to change or not. Okay, things are going to change. So with that, between 25 to when I was getting ready to turn 30, my career, my relationship status, all the things like that, I was kind of feeling like, okay, here I am 30. I did kind of feel that way. I was like, here I am 30 and I don't have everything that I thought I would have at 30. But you know something I did realize was that in my early 20s, I wanted to be, like, I used to think I was going to be married, have kids, all this type of stuff. But as I got to the age of 24 or 25, I'm like, girl, I'm not studying no kids. I'm not studying trying to be married right now. Like, I want to enjoy my life. And that wasn't just to be out in the streets. It was just that I love my own, like, I just love my own peace. I was feeling like I was getting myself together. I didn't have to worry about any responsibilities, and I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna be on my ish. I got this, right? So that was for me. So now here I am heading to my 30s. I'm like, you know what, I'm not married yet, I don't have any kids, blah blah blah. But at the same time, I was feeling like I'm really not studying that right now. Like, I have time in my mind. I'm like, I have time to get married, have kids, because I'm not trying to rush something. I think in your early 20s, that's, to me, I feel like in my 20s, I was more into wanting that. So when now here I am in my 30s, I see life a little different, to where I'm like, okay, what's the rush? Like, life is going to happen how it's supposed to happen. So I'm not rushing it. So that's how I felt. So when I turned 30, things did change for me. My relationship status changed, my finances changed, my career changed, my health changed, honey. They didn't tell me my bones was gonna ache at 30, okay? But things changed for me, and it made me also wake up and realize I need to work on my health. My finances increased, which is a good thing. My career changed, completely changed. When I say completely changed, a whole different type of career, something that I didn't think that I would be into. I was always into healthcare all throughout my 20s, really started when I was 18, all the way until I hit 30. On my 30th birthday, the month of my 30th birthday is when I started my new job after my birthday. So I was actually 30. So a lot of times when people turn 30, things are not what they want, not what they expect. So what I want you guys to look at is, look at the bright side of things when you hit 30. Quit looking at, you're not married, you don't have kids, you don't have this particular house, you don't have this particular car, you don't have this particular job, or you're not getting paid this amount of money. All the goals or whatever it is that you guys have on your list that you did not achieve at 30, it is okay. Like, it is okay, because You still got time. You still got time. Your 30s is your new 20s, baby. Like, no, your 30s is your new 20s. So just think of it as, now I'm entering my 30s. I got more knowledge about life, a little bit more knowledge. Okay, not everything, but you know a little bit more about life. I'm more self-aware. I have more wisdom. When you were in your 20s, you didn't really know. Like, you had people always telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do, or sometimes you have to see things for yourself to understand like what is right and what is wrong to do in order not to get this particular outcome or whatever the case may be. So now you know you got some experience in your life. Now you're just seeing what other people go through or what you've been through, and now you know, okay, I'm not even trying to put myself in this type of situation anymore, because you've been through it or you've seen it happen to somebody else, and you just wiser, right? So you know how to be more wise with your finances, a little bit more, right? A little bit more wiser with your finances, a little bit more when it comes to friendships. You know how to pick them. Not to say that you know exactly how to pick them, because we go through things in life we think we know and it still happens to the best of us. But I'm just saying, now you know what to look for in a relationship, because now I've seen other people's experience. You've met different types of men in your life, whether it was dating them or whether it was just around them or whatever. So now you can kind of pick up on what you want from a person, what you want from a relationship, what you want from a friendship, what type of job you want, what type of career you kind of want. But let me just say this, or again, in your 20s, you thought you had life figured out when it came to your career. You thought you was going to be in a career for 20, 30, 40 years. Because back in the day, that's what people was doing. They was holding a job down for 20, 30, 40 years doing the same thing. But now times have changed. Everything changes up. Like now, you may stay in a job for 2. Some people don't even stay there for a year. But just say you stay at a job, a certain career field, let's say, for a good 5 to 10 years now. Like, not the same type of work. Maybe not the same exact job. But now you're in the same type of work 5 to 10 years nowadays. Because back then, like I said, 20, 30 years. But now people may stay between 5 to 10 years in that same particular career. And then boom, 10 years later, I don't want to do this anymore. My mind starts shifting. Like, same with me. Like, I was in healthcare for so long, and I still have a passion and love for healthcare. But then I'm like, okay, I'm just sick of this. Like, I've been doing this since I was 17, 18 years old. I've been working at a doctor's office. I've been working at a hospital. I'm like, okay, the environment with the scrubs and all the whole vibe, I'm just over it right now. So at the time, tech, adjusters and things like that was popping. So I'm like, okay, let me just change and let me just figure something else out. In life, you're gonna feel that way. Sometimes you have to figure something else out for it to work better for you. Like, just because everybody is doing X, Y, and Z, so you feel like you want to do it, but you're not making no money with it. Why not try to venture out and do something else to help benefit you? So that was my mindset. That was my mindset at 30. I was kind of scared to switch careers and go do something different. But with me switching to another career, doors start opening up for other things. But with that being said, is we don't know how our life is going to actually go, to be honest. So when you're turning 30, quit looking at what you don't have and think about what you're bringing into your 30s. What you're bringing into your 30s, like I said before, you're bringing your wisdom, your knowledge, and all the things, all the experience that you have had within your life. So now that you've had those experiences, take those experiences and learn from them and grow from them. Start figuring out what it is that you need to do. So if on your list, the things that you wanted to check out before 30, just keep going. Like, keep going to try to check those things off prior to 50, okay? Throughout time, throughout life, your mindset is going to change. Y'all, my nail is missing. But your mindset is going to change throughout time. So just keep going. If by 5 years from the age of 30, the things that's on your list that you had back at 26, 27 or something before you turn 30 you wanted to achieve, if those things are still on your list, go for them. But I can guarantee you that your mindset is going to change to where you hit about 35, or even when you hit 31, you're going to be like, I don't even want to do this anymore. I don't care nothing about that goal. Like, why was I tripping about that goal? Like, I wanted to achieve this before 30. I'm not even interested in it anymore. So the point I'm trying to make is when you turn 30 and you haven't achieved those goals that you wanted to do prior to 30. You might not even be setting them goals at 32. Life be lifing. So when things change, you might have lost your job at 29, 28 or whatever, or at 30, you might have lost your job and you think the world is over with. Like, you just feel like you're broke. You feel like you don't have anything. You feel like nothing is going your way. Your relationship is over with. Your friendships that fell off. You just out on the boat by yourself, just riding the waves. Pretty much that's all you're doing, is out there on the boat riding the waves. But just think about it as a puzzle. You know how you buy a puzzle out the store and you just shake it up, you feel all the pieces all just everywhere, right? So just think about when things fall apart for you. So like, if you're one of those people that if everything is falling apart at 30 and you feel like you have to completely start over at 30, think about that puzzle. Okay, here I am at 30 years old. Everything just done fell off. I done lost my job. I done lost my house. I done lost my car. I done lost my friends. I done lost everything. But you know, the number one thing is God. All right. Once you put God first. Now you got this puzzle, right? You pray to God. God, I got this. My life is in shambles right now. Nothing is working out for me right now. Everything is in shambles. I don't know which way to go, what to do. So you got this puzzle right here. Everything is all scattered. That's how your life is right now. It's just scattered all over the place. But once you pray and you just know, okay, everything is going to work out. And once you know that everything is going to work out, you start piecing that puzzle. Okay, I found the centerpiece. I found one piece. I found a corner. I found something on the puzzle. Now I'm going to start putting my puzzle together. You know it takes time to put a puzzle together. So say you got those little bitty pieces. Just say that's how bad your life is right now, that you got these little bitty pieces where your puzzle needs, like, it's just hard to put the puzzle together. But if you sit there and you keep going and you keep trying and you keep pushing, that puzzle will eventually come together. Once you get that puzzle together, it's good for a while. It's good. And then it might shamble again. But that's okay, because why? Because you got the faith to know that, okay, this happened to me at one point in my 20s. That I felt like I was in shambles, that stuff was not going how I wanted to go because I didn't know no better. Here I am in my 30s and it's in shambles again. So I've been through this a little bit before. So now when I start putting this puzzle together, I know that once I put this puzzle together, I'm going to be fine. It might happen another however many years, but I know now that I've been through down times. I've been through those moments, maybe not as bad as probably now, but I've been through some bad moments in my 20s and I came back from it. So now here I am in my 30s. I'm going to figure out how to come back from this too. And you will come back from it. So quit thinking that when you're in your 30s, yes, it's okay to start over. It's a fresh start, baby. Rebrand yourself. Reinvent yourself. Let them 20s go on where they going. That's when you was a child. Here we are in our 30s, baby. We is on the grown womanish. Okay, we about to be doing the thing. You 30, I'm about to be doing it, baby. What I lost in my 20s, I'm gaining more in my 30s. Like, let that stuff go, okay? It is not worth it. The relationship's not worth it. The friendship's not worth it. If it was lost, it should not even be trying to be found. It's some friendships that I lost in my 20s. I don't really care to gain back in my 30s. If it happened, it happened. It's always what I say. But, baby, I am fine with myself and what I have going on. One thing I can tell you about being the only child, growing up the only child, is, baby, you learn to play by yourself and be to yourself. And some people say that's bad. However, you still do know how to interact with other people. But in your 20s, what you did learn was your intuition, those gut feelings, those discernment, those feelings that you got about a person, them gut feelings now, that you got about people that you just ignored it. But you experienced those moments to know, like, okay, I know how I feel to be hurt. I know how I feel to be everything to somebody. So you know what? I know how to move now, because when I see a toxic friend, when I see a toxic relationship, when I see a toxic job, when I see a toxic whatever the case may be, I know how to move. I know how to let that mess go and know that it's something better for me. So that's what I want you guys to think. When it's time to start over, it's for the best. It's the best. It's fresh air. It's hard in the beginning, but I'm telling y'all, you keep working on that puzzle, it'll get better. I promise it'll get better. So we don't always know which way we're going in life. We just don't. Like, we really don't. But you got to understand this. A lot of people that's rich right now, or what we say rich, wealthy, or look like they have it all together, or let's just say not really look like they have it all together, but the main people that we do know that does have it together, people don't figure stuff out until they're like 50, 60. I'm not telling you to wait till you 50, 60, it's going to come to you. No, you still got to work towards it. You still got to know that it will come to you. Some people blow up at 33. Some people blow up at 35. Some people blow up at 37, 38, 40, whatever the case may be. You never stop going. You have to keep going. People will try to knock you. People will try to knock you. You will have that self-doubt. You will have all the things. But you have to know that, okay, here I am in my 30s and I feel like nothing is right. Okay, give yourself to about 35. Give yourself to about 33 and just get something done. But that's okay. Like, I don't care what anybody say. When you're 30, baby, you're a new woman. You're a whole new developed woman. And that's what I want you guys to think of. I'm a whole new developed woman when I hit 30. And then what I want you guys to think about when you was 20 years old, how things that you did. Y'all, that was the fun times. 20s was the fun times, y'all. Like, you was always blowing, splurging, spending money. And if you didn't do that, you might have just been broke out here trying to work 2-3 jobs, trying to have something, trying to go out and trying to have a place to stay because you might have got kicked out or you didn't have nowhere to go. So sometimes people's 20s are hard and some people's 20s was fun. So it just depends on what cards you're being dealt. Basically what I'm saying is, if you've been through those things in your 20s, what you scared of your 30s for? Don't be scared. Don't be scared to start over. A lot of people who's used to starting over, starting fresh in 20s, it ain't no problem for them when they hit 30. There's no problem. There's no problem. You just out here living life. Quit looking at the age. Stop looking at the age, y'all. Oh, I'm not tripping about how old I am. I don't care what Susie got over here at 23. I don't care, because Susie might have it at 23, but will Susie be where I'm at 30? Maybe. Maybe Susie might keep it all at 23. Susie may not be keeping it all at 30. So quit looking at what Susie got over here at 23, because when Susie get 30, we're going to see what Susie got going on too. So you got to think about that. Quit looking at somebody that's 25, somebody younger than you got this and that going on, and then here we are at 30. Because, baby, in my prime, in my early 20s, baby, I had bought me a brand new truck off the lot. I had just turned 22. I had bought my brand new truck off the lot, thought I was doing it. I had a good job. I was in school. I was just popping. Like, as time goes on, things that you still had on your list that you feel like you're supposed to be, you still what? I'm in my 20s, I'm 22 years old, and I'm doing better than people that was 50. That was 40. So y'all got to think about that too. Y'all got to think about when you're in your 30s, you got to think like, I feel like people around me may be doing more than I am, and you feel, but you got to think there's people that's older than you that's not even where you are right now. So even though you might not care about that, but you got to think about, like, these people probably starting over at 50, starting over at 40. So whatever circumstances that you are in and you feel like you are starting over, baby, if you living in your car, that is totally fine. Do what you have to do to start fresh, to start over. If you living in your car, just know. And one thing y'all got to know too is that everything does not last forever. I promise you that. People get so mad at me, just even relationships. I always feel like I'm always a pro and a con. I'm always going to juggle what may happen and what may not happen. I always think like that. People think it's so negative, but it's not. It's life, it's reality, and I know that everything is not going to last forever, no matter what it is. Because even if it does last forever, one of us got to go today or tomorrow. Somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. So with that being said, the whatever storm you in right now in your 30s, just know that it's temporary. You're in a job that you hate. It's temporary. Just know that. Like, because I've been there. I've been there, done that. I felt like I was in a circle, constantly at the same job every single day. Like, even still, it don't matter what it is. When you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you feel like you're in a constant circle. I'm in the same circle, going around and around and around and around. And I feel like I'm not getting ahead. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like, what is going on? And sometimes your mind is just overwhelmed. You just feel like you cannot focus. I've been there. I've been there. So you just gotta remember, like, okay, this is gonna pass, and baby, I'm gonna be doing it in my 30s. So baby, continue to work on yourself, your health, your mindset. It's okay for your mind to not like the things that you used to like. I'm telling y'all, when you hit 30, a lot of things that you used to like, you're not gonna like anymore. I'm sure when you turn about 26, 27, it's a lot of things you didn't like. Like, you probably used to go out all the time in your early 20s, and then all of a sudden about 23, 24, your mind started like, I don't really care, but you still kind of trying to go out and hang with these friends that they still into it, but your mind is shifting. Like, no, this is not what I want to do. And you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose it because y'all not attracted to the same thing anymore. I've been there, done that, baby. I promise y'all. But it's okay. You attract new friends. People have the same mindset. And after maybe 5-10 years, maybe it's time for some new friends. But you'll be so used to change in life to where, okay, because I hate change, don't lie. But you'll be used to change in life to where, okay, I know how to handle this now because I've been through this and I know how this is. So I'm not gonna keep on, you know, stressing myself out. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I hate change. I really do. But sometimes it's for the best, for you to prosper, just be wiser and things like that. Because with starting over, as time go on, everything will get better. I promise y'all, everything get better. It don't matter how hard it seems like it is. The storm is not going to last always, y'all. So starting over is really not bad. I had to learn that, especially if you're in your 20s and you're watching this video and you feel like you're scared to start over or you don't know what you want to do. You're going to be in your 30s still trying to figure it out. Just like how you was in your 20s confused. Quit thinking that you're going to know exactly what you want to do at 30. Then that makes you a good person. I remember back in the day, they used to always say, oh, if she or he know what they want in life, then you need to go with that. Yeah, we may know. I think we know what we want in life. When we first walked across that stage, we thought we knew. But life happens, things happen, our mind change, situations change, and we don't know. Sometimes we get stuck and we just don't know. We don't know which track to cross. We just sitting at the railroad track. It's about 10 of them over there. Should we cross 3 of them and go left? Or should we cross up all of them and go right? Like, what should we do? We all sit there and be stuck in life. Like, I don't care what anybody say. You know, how the older people tell us, like, stuff or whatever. I think they should have told us was that you're not going to have everything figured out. You're not. Secondly, it's okay to start over. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay. Like, they don't tell us that because why? Back in the day, they used to tell us, oh, you need to know what you're going to school for. You need to know if you're going to school or you're going to the military. Like, you need to figure out what you're going to do, okay? So, you had 2 choices, school or the military. Or you going, no, actually 3 choices. You're going to work, you're going to go to the military, or you can go to school. Which one are you going to do? You had 3 choices. And if you're going to school, you better know what you're going to go for. And you better go for something that's going to give you some money and make you some money. So, when you go to school, things change. What you like or what you thought you liked doesn't work for you anymore, right? So now you stuck. Now you want to go for something that may not pay as much as you thought you wanted to do, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever the case may be. Or maybe that is something you wanted to do, but your grades went there. So now here you are stuck. You're stuck once again trying to figure life out. And that's okay, y'all. It's okay because sometimes you just have to sit there in that stuckness until it comes to you. So, with that being said, you guys, I know that starting over seems scary, but I've been there. I promise y'all, I've been there, especially if you're in your 20s and you're scared of your 30s. And are you 30 and you feel like you're having to start over? One thing I can say, when I look back on every time I felt like I had to start over with anything it was that I was doing, I leveled up. I really felt like I leveled up. So when you look at the moment, you're scared of it, you don't know what to do, and you might go through a little rough patch in the middle of starting over. But when you look back on it and you say, you know what, that was the best decision I ever made by starting over, by quitting that job. Because sometimes you have to think things through before you do it. So you think about, oh, I quit that job for something different, something better for myself as far as my mental, as far as my physical being. Because a lot of stuff stress you out till you get to that point, and you feel stressed because you're looking at it as a stability, like your payment, your paycheck. You getting paid every week, every month, whatever the case may be, or every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. You getting paid. So I'm stuck here because I'm stuck thinking about this stability, this check. Right? I'm stuck here because I just know this is something that's consistent coming in. If I show up every day, it's consistent. But you're scared to take the leap of faith on yourself. That's what messes you up every single time. But yes, you guys, starting over in your 30s is not that bad. Take it from me. I promise y'all things will work out. No, don't matter how hard it seems, no matter what anybody else got to say about you. Rather somebody in their early 20s, late 20s, mid 20s talking about you don't have it together at 30. We'll see what they do when they get to 32, how life shows up and be for them, as well as their 40s or 50s or whatever. However, people that's older than you, they can talk or whatever, say what they want to say. They may not have had issues when they was 30s like you do, because everybody is different. Everybody was raised different. Everybody comes from a different cloth, okay? So don't beat yourself up. Just know, like, if you're not on the same level as somebody else that you want to be on, or whatever the case, just be like, I know I'm different, and I'm gonna get it different. Just like you got it your way, I'm gonna get it my way, but I'm gonna get it. Just keep going. So if you're in that season right now where you're feeling stuck or you feel like you're having to start over, just know that your season is coming. Your time is coming. Everything will work out beautifully for you. And I'm praying and I'm hoping that it will for you. So if this video resonates with anyone, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.